Welcome to this week's Math Review, 924 through 928, brought to you by the one and only Mr. Eves. Now, this week we focused on a few things. Number one, we focused on writing expressions and equations. Once we finished writing expressions and equations, we adopted that into solving one-step equations using addition and subtraction. So, the very first thing I want to talk about here is write the phrase as an expression. Let x represent the number. Key word here is expression. Now, we want x to represent some number. We don't know what number, but it's going to represent some number. Now, on number one, a number x, the word increase means addition by 25. And so our expression is x plus 25. Now number two is a little bit different, but not much. Our key word is subtraction, or subtracted. And we're subtracting from a number. So remember, from, that helps us to decide where x is going to go. So x subtracted by 15, or 15 subtracted from x. Number three, key word is quotient of 36 and a number x. So we're going to write this out as 36 divided by x, because remember, quotient deals with division. Once we've wrote our expressions, now we're going to jump into equations. So the key word right here is equation. And this time, we're going to let our equations equal, we're going to set them equal, and we're going to equal to y. And so we're going to have the equation with y as the variable. And so our key word today is minus on number 4. And we're minusing a number y. And remember, is, this means equals. So is our key word for equals. And so our equation number 4 is 32 minus y equals 18. Number 5, key word is product. That deals with multiplication of a number y and 8. Is, or equals 72. So we have the following: y times 8 equals 72, or we could have y times 8, or 8 times y equals 72. Remember, when a number is next to a letter right here, that means to multiply. Number 6, we have some number y, and increase, remember, is addition. So we're dealing with addition by 13, and is equals, so equals 24. So a number increased by 13 is 24. We would, if we were asked to solve for y, we'd be able to find out that y equals 11. After we have written equations and expressions, then we go into solving these equations and expressions. So we have the first equation on number 7, and I'm going to rewrite this as a plus 7 equals 19. Give myself a little bit more room to show my work. Now the first step we're going to do is we want to isolate a. Remember, isolate means to get a by itself. And so we're going to do the opposite of adding 7, and we're going to subtract 7. So if I subtract 7 on one side, remember, we got to do it to the other side of the equal sign. And so when I subtract 7 from the one side, this becomes 0. And so a plus 0 is still a. And then we go to the next step. 19 subtracted by 7 is 12. So we say a equals 12. Now I want to double check to make sure this is correct. And so in order for me to do that, I plug 12 back in for a, and I have 12 plus 7, which we know is 19. So I know that that's the correct answer. Now on number 8, we're going to write the equation of 15 plus b equals 21. Now we want to isolate the variable. Once again, we want to get b by itself. And so in order for us to do that, we got to do the opposite of positive 15. And the opposite of positive 15 is negative 15. So we do its opposite, subtract 15, or negative 15. And we have this 15 and negative 15 cancel out to 0. And over here, if we add 21 plus a negative 15, that's just like subtracting 15 from 21, which gives us b equals 6. Now if we want to double check to make sure it's correct, we put b back into the equation, and we see that 15 plus 6 is 21, so that's correct. Now, you're probably wondering, why can't I just say what number plus 15 gives me 21? Now, we can totally do that. That's totally possible. But I'm just showing you the algebraic way to solve for these equations. Now, number 9, the equation is 17 plus c equals 28. And so we want to isolate c by itself, the variable c right here. And so in order for us to do that, we're going to do the opposite of positive 17, which is negative 17, or subtracting 17. And when we do that, that gives us c equals 11. We put it back into the equation, and we get 17 plus 11 is 28. And finally, our last one, d minus 12 equals 18. Well, we do opposite of subtracting 12, which is adding 12, and we do it to both sides. Once again, this zeroes out, and that leaves us just with d minus 0, or d plus 0, either way, and that's just d. On this other side, d equals 30, and so if we put 30 back into the equation, we see that 30 minus 12 is, in fact, 18, and so it's correct. Now, this is just a brief overview of what we covered this week. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Thank you.